Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CYN Studios. I'm very happy to have you here with me. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the greatest virtues in the whole of the universe, and that happens to be wisdom. I mean, if you watch my previous video, I mentioned a man whose name was Solomon, who happened to be the wisest man to have ever lived on earth. And he ascended the throne to be a king at a very young age. And God asked him, "What is it that you want me to do for you?" And that is where my inspiration comes from. Out of everything he would have mentioned in that age, he asked for wisdom. And even God made remarks that you could have asked for everything, anything, but why wisdom? Because you asked for wisdom, I'm going to add unto you riches, knowledge, and understanding. So I believe Solomon is the right person to tell us what wisdom is and some of the benefits of wisdom. He wrote in one of his books that wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. What is a principle? Well, a principle is a law, not a fact, that affects function. Why? Because facts change, they're unpredictable. Principle is constant and guarantees success. Let me give you an example of a principle. There's a principle that now remember that principles are laws. There's a principle that you only reap what you sow. So it's not possible that you sow corn and reap rice. It is not possible because you reap what you sow. So principles work anytime, anywhere, to everyone in every situation. It's a law. So it doesn't matter where you are, any geographical point in this whole world, it works. So you can be in Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia, it's still gonna work. Whatever you sow, you are gonna reap. It's very important. So Solomon is the right person to tell us what wisdom is. So he said wisdom is a principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Now, let me give you one of the judgments of Solomon. There were two women who were living in the same house. They both had a child. Each woman had a child. So one woman had a child, the other woman had a child, and one of them happened to kill her child unconsciously. So she was claiming to be the mother of the other woman's child. So they brought a case to Solomon, who was the king by then, and they were all very serious about the situation. Like, this is my son, this is my son. And Solomon was like, okay, fine, let's divide the son or this child, one for you, one for her, and for sure, if you divide the child is gonna die. So Solomon used the principle, so let's divide the child. One of the women was like, go ahead and divide the child. For me to lose this child, we will both lose him. The other woman was, no, don't kill the child. For me to lose this child, for this child to die, I would rather prefer that you give the child to her. Solomon, through this principle, was able to figure out who the real mother of the child was. And this is a story that may seem bizarre, but it's quite true. It happens everywhere. Where people don't want to be in a particular status alone, they would rather prefer to bring you down with them. If they see they are failing, they would rather bring you with them than to be there alone. And this thing happened 15 years ago. I remember when I was at school, and one day we were expected to have lessons, and the teacher entered the class and was like, there's a test. And everybody was shocked, and nobody had prepared for a test. So we had a test, and this was a test for our seniors. The class that was 2 years ahead of us had this test, and the teacher just decided to give us the same test and see if we can perform well. So the test was very difficult. Of course, we've never studied those arguments before and those chapters before. So the test was very tough, and it came out some few days after that. So as I was saying, we had this test, and since we were not prepared, the marks were very low. I got 4.5 over 10. All my colleagues had 2 over 10, and one of the guys was academically very good. He was very mad because all of a sudden his average gone down, and he came to me, was like, Nana, what's your mark? I was like, I got 4. Now, before he came to me, he was very mad. He was very mad and very sad. But he had mine, and nothing really changed with his mood. He went to the next guy. What's your mark? 2/10. The next person, 2. The other person, 2. Now he realized that everybody got 2, and he became very comfortable because he now finds himself to be in a group where everybody got 2, and so he's fine. So he realized that he didn't want to feel alone, but he was very comfortable to be in a group of failures. So I think it is important to understand that wisdom is a principal thing. Wisdom, as Solomon says, is better than any material thing, than anything that we really desire in our heart. So wisdom is an insight to difficulties, insight to enigmatic and symbolic language. Wisdom is an insight to reality. And I hope you ask for wisdom, because wisdom is going to solve situations. Wisdom is going to help you to see beyond what is being presented to you. It helps you to see the truth. Until the next time, I wish you peace, joy, and love, and above all, wisdom.